I'm going to tell you a story. A student goes to his Zen teacher and he says, "Teacher, I'm feeling discouraged. What should I do? I'm feeling discouraged. Life's falling apart. Nothing's going good for me. What should I do? I'm feeling discouraged." And the teacher says, "Go encourage others. Go encourage others." Now, I really like that story because again and again it seems to come up and be sort of useful. A useful way of thinking about things for me because I'm discouraged. I'm worried right now. And I know a lot of you are too. Right now, my kids are getting 2 extra weeks off school because the schools are shut down. All the bars and restaurants in town are shut down. The mayor has declared a state of emergency here in Kansas City, and I know in a lot of cities throughout the nation. And he has said gatherings of more than 10 people should be disbanded for the next 21 days. That was a few days ago, so like 18 days, I think, but it doesn't matter. Specific day doesn't matter. The fact is, we're being told to separate from each other as much as possible to stop the spread of this disease. And I mean, it's a scary time. It's a scary time. We've got to hunker down. We've got to avoid contact with other people because this disease is really communicable. It's really easy for it to spread, and it's not that dangerous for people like me. I'm 40 years old. My immune system doesn't have any trouble, really, as far as I know. So it's not that dangerous for me, except that if I get it, my life's going to be ruined for like a week and a half, right? So in that sense, it sort of helps to remember that our bodies are of the nature to get ill. That's what the Buddha said, and it's true. Our bodies are of the nature to get ill. Things happen. I think nothing reminds us that life is suffering more than when we get an illness that lasts a while. It's just life reminding us that we can make all the plans we want, but sometimes there's going to be a monkey wrench thrown into our plans. We're going to have to just drop everything and get better, right? So I'm discouraged. I'm worried about this. I'm worried that people aren't doing what they need to do to separate themselves. I'm worried that people aren't taking it very seriously. And we should. But right now, what I want to talk about is how we are all in this together. It's ironic. We're in this together, and that means we have to stay apart, right? It's ironic. But that's the case. We're all in this together. We all have a responsibility to take care of each other, and the way we do that is by staying away from each other, because crowds, it's like having a pile of dry leaves next to a campfire, right? So a crowd is like a pile of dry leaves. It's really dangerous. It could go up, you know. And the thing about this disease that's the creepiest is that you can have it for 2 weeks and not know you have it. So people are thinking, "Oh, I'm not sick. It's safe to shake hands or whatever," and they are sick. So we need to come together right now because this disease doesn't care who you are. It doesn't care what you believe. It doesn't care if you're rich or poor. It could get you. And if it gets you, it can get your loved ones. And if it gets your loved ones, it can get to anyone in your circle who is immune system compromised. And they're the ones that are going to die. Or could die anyway. So it's a pretty scary time, and I'm feeling discouraged. And so I want to encourage you, stay home as much as you can. And I know a lot of us have jobs, and they're not letting us stay home. But outside of that, stay home as much as you can. Don't shake hands with people. A big tip is do an elbow bump instead of shaking hands. I like the elbow bump a lot. But we have to be really careful to stop the spread of this thing. And then my last piece of advice, and this is my answer to everything, is practice meditation, because it's going to help us when we can't sleep, when we're just stressed out and we're thinking, oh my God, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to be trapped in my house with my kids for 2 weeks? How am I going to not go to work? How am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to make this food I have last? Because they could, it hasn't happened here yet, but they could shut down grocery stores. That could happen, especially if people aren't listening to the directives. Then that could happen. Cities could be shutting down grocery stores soon, and then we're going to have to make do with whatever we have already. And that can all be very stressful. So my answer to that is my answer to everything, and that is meditation practice. Meditation practice, especially if you've got more time at home, well, then you don't have the excuse of I don't have time, right? You can do it every night before bed, every morning when you get up. Just do the practice of bringing your attention to your breathing, or practice of just noting your full experience, practice of reciting a mantra if that's what works for you. Whatever practice speaks to you, please do it, because that's going to help calm your nerves. It's going to help deal with your stress. And meditation practice has been known to strengthen your immune system. Strengthen your immune system. But, well, I mean, and that's because if we have a diligent meditation practice, then we're less stressed. And if we're less stressed, that strengthens our immune system. Stress affects your immune system. So to a certain extent, being scared of the disease can make you get the disease. And that, wow, right? So do your sitting, do your meditation practice. Just make the time and make yourself do it. And I know that's hard to do, and I know people need a lot of encouragement to do that. And especially, a lot of people feel like they can't even do meditation unless they go somewhere, unless they go to a meditation center, a Buddhist temple, a yoga studio. A lot of people feel like they can't do it, and that's problematic because those places are closed. For the most part, those places are closed. So you're left with, I've got to figure out how to motivate myself to sit in meditation at home. And what I recommend is finding a quiet spot in your house, wherever that is, even if it's the corner of your bedroom, and put a cushion there and just go there once or twice a day and just sit. You don't even have to do a formal meditation practice, really. You can just sit and be quiet. Just notice your experience, and that'll help you. That'll help you a lot. That's what's getting me through this. I'm meditating more than usual because I'm stressed out and I need to. And that might help you too. That's it for today. Thank you for taking the time to watch this rambling video. Have a good day.